My name is Nicholas Rossi, and I will be discussing a code of ethics within the solid waste removal and material recovery industry. During this presentation, I will address our mission, core values, the purpose of a code of ethics, the standard of conduct, employee responsibilities, and the duties of a shareholder, and personal experiences of ethical situations. Our mission in the solid waste removal and material recovery industry is committed to providing waste management services of the highest quality delivered with pride and professionalism to customers while utilizing environmentally sensitive equipment that is safe, efficient, reliable, and appropriate to the work performed. We intend to provide and maintain the best possible work environment for employees, fully cooperate with all governing agencies, and do our part to create a sense of partnership between the company and the communities served. The purpose of a code of ethics is to create an environment where employees understand standards of ethical conduct and abide by those standards, to allow employees to confidentially or anonymously communicate breaches in ethical or inclusive behavior without fear of retribution, and to supply training to educate employees on standards of commitment to ethical conduct, diversity, and inclusion. The core values that play a role in the solid waste removal and material recovery industry are accountability, transparency, honesty, diversity, respect and concern, and environmental stewardship. Employees are held to a high standard and are expected to abide by this selection of standards. Those who choose otherwise will result in disciplinary actions up to and including termination. Please refer to the handout provided for further details. All employees are subject to random screening and drug and alcohol testing in accordance with state and federal laws. Any alcoholic beverages, opened or unopened, are prohibited from a company vehicle at all times. No employee may accept a gift or gratuity from any customer or other person doing business with the company. Exceptions are only made during 2 weeks prior and 2 weeks following a given holiday. I will apply these two principles to two examples of ethical situations that have occurred within this industry. We are a service business, and all of us must remember that the customer always comes first. The service we provide to the community must be performed in a courteous and efficient manner. Each employee is responsible for safeguarding confidential information obtained during employment. In the course of work, one may have access to confidential information regarding the company, its suppliers, its customers, or perhaps even fellow employees. It is the responsibility of all employees to in no way reveal or divulge in such information. The shareholders hold the responsibilities of managing business ethically and profitably, protecting company property and information, and communicating regularly through established channels. It is illegal to buy or sell stock based on material inside information or to pass this information on to someone who then buys or sells stocks. Care should always be taken in discussing company business, whether in a casual conversation or publicly. A recent example of an ethical situation that occurred in this industry deals with an employee who was randomly selected to take a drug test in which he failed. All employees receive training and know what is acceptable in this workplace and what is not, and yet this employee decided to not comply. He took the chance, but because he had just been hired and made it through the probation period by 2 days, he was not terminated. Any employee who is in an accident with the company vehicle due to the use of drugs and alcohol are immediately terminated. This employee was directed to attend a rehab program and will receive random drug tests monthly for a 5-year period in order for him to return to his job. Second chances aren't given often, but employees know what is expected of them from the beginning and should always act accordingly. Another ethical situation involves a driver who was on his route, and a selection of customers presented him with gifts showing their appreciation for his services, which included alcoholic beverages. Employees are allowed to accept these gifts 2 weeks prior to and 2 weeks following a given holiday. This occurred within that period, but he could not accept their appreciation because he was on the job, and due to DOT, Department of Transportation guidelines prohibit the possession of alcoholic beverages in a commercial vehicle. Therefore, he acted in accordance with company standards and dispatched his supervisor to make further arrangements. The long-term success of this industry is directly related to the performance of each individual and together as a team. Therefore, we must contribute our best to make this industry a continuing success. Thank you. Here are a few questions that I would like any willing participants to answer, and open the floor to any further questions or comments.